Hello guys, how are we doing, and welcome back to the next call out video. And on this time it is on Vorkuta. Not my favorite map, but it's not the worst map out there. And we're going to be going around the map, looking at things and saying what they're going to be called when you load into the game. There is also a link down to my Discord below where you can have a bird's eye view of the map from top to bottom, where you've got all the labels there. So if you want to share that with your friends, or share this video with your friends and your regular 4-stack or 6-stack, your comms will be immaculate, hopefully, after you guys have all, learned the comms. So without this video being too long, we're going to start this side of the map, which is called truck. So this one is truck, this one is tipper. So yeah, nice easy comms there. That moves us into warehouse, which is the communication for this whole thing pretty much. So if you know their warehouse, that's where you'd communicate that. So this here would be top warehouse. You'd then call this down here chem, because of the chemical barrels, I guess you could say. Just up here you've got P4 door, and the reason for that is because P4 is here, so you can either call this area P4 or forklift. It's completely up to you. Up here, just up this ladder, you have lockers, due to the amount of lockers there are. As we go through, you'll notice there's some logical callouts which I've made, hopefully, so they are logical, but also as low syllables as possible, because you could just describe the rooms otherwise. But then we have lockers. You move out here to boxes, so if someone's challenging you from here, you can say, oh, they're on boxes. Moving back down to chem. This little cut here is called L, because it's in the shape of an L. This is low lab, and this is lab. This one's an easy one because it says it literally at the top of the screen, as you can see, right at the tippy top just there, and it's also a laboratory. So that's why this was called low lab. And then it moves us to this little coal bit area here. So this one is called full. So if someone sat behind here, you can say, oh, he's behind full. You have flipped. So this is because this one is flipped over. You have empty. It's not quite empty, but it's, it's an easy way to distinguish between this one and this one. So full, flipped, empty. So if someone sat behind here, you then have this one, which is simply P3, because this is where the P3 hardpoint is. Nice and easy. This then moves us into this area here, which we call disk, because it looks like a disk. So it's top disk if they're on this bit here, or bottom disk, or low disk if that's what you want to refer to it as, which is down here. P1 is this general middle area here, but this bit itself I like to call ring, which you can call cog, but ring is my preferred. So if they're sat in ring, you can say, oh, he's sat in the ring, and then people know exactly where they're going to be. This moves us round here. This is short, nice and simple. This moves us into lift or elevator. It does say elevator in the game because it's American, but if you're from the UK and you want to shorten the syllables you use in your communication, lift is going to be better. So this would be lift window. If you want a really specific spot for here as well, that's BS and D. When you play Search and Destroy, that's where the bomb site is for B. You can say BS and D. But this whole room I like to call lift. But when you go up here, this takes us to tin. So if someone's sat up here, you'd say, oh, they're top tin. Just because it's all a bit, tinny, So yeah, if they're sat up here, you can say top tin, elevator, or lift, and then if there's pallets, is there. This takes us sort of around here. But before we go around there, you've got steps. There's not many steps there, but you call that steps. You've got top tin there, as I've just said. This is gen, so I don't know if you know, but you can get on top of this. This is called gen because it looks like generator. And it's easier to say gen than generator because it's less syllables. If you see me looking to my right, by the way, I've just got my references because I'm fairly new to learning these myself. So the references I've got here will be what's in the Discord. So, and then we have 2 carts, or mine carts, whatever you want to call it. Now this is P2, and a lot of the times when you are defending P2, you can be on top of here, defending it, and as a result it's C1 and C2. So if you wanted to communicate to your team either on this close one, you say they're on C1, or the far one, C2. Super simple. But yeah, this whole region here is just called P2. This bit here, P2 window, because it's a common head glitch for people to sit out when they're defending P2. In here, this general room is called broken because of the broken brick wall and the broken heady just here. Some people call it missile, which is absolutely fine, but broken is a little bit more obvious when you're not, and you don't know missiles aren't in here, so we like to call this one broken. You then have scoop, because it's like a digger scoop, or like a excavator, I believe this is, an excavator scoop. So that's what that is if they come this way. Again, that's short, that's generated, that's top tin. then move back through P2 to red. So this thing, I know it's not quite red. It obviously depends on your monitor. It's more orange, but it's a nice way to communicate. Oh, he's on red heady, or he's just behind red. You then have crates, which is these boxes, because they're crates, fairly straightforward. I like to call this ramp as well, because it's obviously a sort of a ramp. You have tube for this. You can call it tunnel, but tube, again, less syllables. This moves us down here, which is P5, I believe, which is just this region here. You then go into wreck, which is because it's an absolute wreck. This is a wreckage, so wreck sort of makes sense. And that brings us all the way back round to boxes. So there it is. And then P4, I believe. Yeah, P4. So yeah, nice and simple. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.